Today we're going to have a special show on Social Security. We're going to do a Social Security quiz that was posted online that apparently a bunch of people failed. Apparently a bunch of people failed this, people age 55 to 65. Majority either barely passed or failed. So let me bring in Johnny Gilbert to help me with this.
Johnny Gilbert.
Tony Short. Isn't he the Jeopardy guy? The
I
Jeopardy
don't know.
announcer?
Oh, yeah, Johnny Gilbert. I'm no Johnny Gilbert. I don't know how well I would do on Jeopardy, but I'll tell you what, I'm a heck of a Wheel of Fortune player. I get those every time, way before the contestants do.
Well, we're going to do some sort of mishmash of game show. Do you have a buzzer that says I'm wrong? Because I don't know. We might get these wrong. So for the viewers,
I do have a buzzer. I do have a game show buzzer.
This is a Mass Mutual quiz that we found on CNBC, and I'm going to go through it with Tony, and you're going to tell me. Now, viewers and listeners, you're probably thinking I already know the answers. Well, I do know the answers, but I don't know what the questions are, and I don't know the answers because I looked at them. So I'm going to see if I'm going to do better than what Americans did.
So you want me to give you the quiz?
Yes, I'm going to take the quiz right now with you, and you're going to look at the answers. The answers are on that link. I'm going to show the viewers again where they can get this.
Okay.
And we'll go through the answers.
Yeah,
and
I have the answers and the questions.
Okay. So apparently 78% of respondents age 55 to 65 failed or barely passed.
That's crazy.
So there's 13 questions. I don't know what a fail would be. Fail would be 7 wrong, right? I guess is like less than 50 a fail. I don't even know what fail means. I think less than 100% is a fail. No. I'm going to be careful because I don't know what
I think in a test, you have to get at least 60% to pass.
That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go through these questions.
Or more.
You can ask me them, Tony. I'll give you my best answer. And these are all true and false, apparently.
Yeah. And after you give your answer, you'll hear this. Means you're wrong.
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't hear that?
I didn't hear the buzzer.
That's weird that you're not hearing my sounds. Oh, how about this?
No.
Wow. That's great. I don't know.
Well, technology. So let's get right to the quiz. And I want listeners to answer these truthfully in your head. See what you think. Because I think most of the viewers that are watching my channel because Social Security is the biggest topic. I'll put all my Social Security videos linked right up here so that anyone watching on YouTube can watch all the Social Security videos. But I think a lot of these people know already. So let's go, Tony, and see how I do. You start us off. Question number 1 here.
All right. So question number 1. In most cases, Dan, if I take my benefits before my full retirement age, they will be reduced because of early filing.
Oh, that's 100% true. I think most people know that. I'm assuming that most people got that one right.
I knew that one. Yeah.
Well,
I didn't even have to look at the answer.
This is the big thing with people is like, when do I take Social Security? Full retirement age for most people now in this country is 67. People born 1960 or later. 67 is your full retirement age. So the earliest you could take your own without being on disability is 62. And if you take it at 62, you're going to get a 30% reduction. So yeah, I would assume in most cases. Now, where's a case where you wouldn't get a reduction? That would be if you go on disability. You don't get a reduction. You get your full retirement benefit. But for most people, yeah, you take it early, you're going to get a haircut. That's easy. I'm hoping everyone got that one right. I don't know.
Hope
Did they tell you how many people got that one right or wrong in the quiz?
In the national quiz, 92% answered that one correctly.
Okay.
But that's the only one that that had a really high number. Well, number 2 did too, but not as high.
Number 2. What do we got for number 2?
Okay. Question number 2, Dan, on the Social Security quiz. If I'm receiving benefits before my full retirement age and continue to work, my benefits can be reduced based on how much I make.
That's absolutely true. And that's the earnings test.
Yes,
We've done a show.
84% actually got that right. I'm surprised that many got that right, but
I
yes.
am too. That one is not generally common knowledge. I'll put the show up here that we've done on the earnings test. It's important
Yeah.
to know that and this is specifically for people that are taking it before their full retirement age. Once you hit your full retirement age, we'll call it 67, you can make money as much as you want. Your benefits won't be reduced. But if you start earning before your full retirement age, start claiming before your full retirement age, and you work, in 2024, I think the limit's like $22,000. If you make above 22,000, they're going to start withholding some of your Social Security check.
Yeah,
But
I
we've
know
done
a few
shows on that.
people that are fairly intelligent people, had good jobs, that one of my neighbors worked until he was 70, and he filed at 62. And he kept
And he
working
was still
full
working.
time, and he was making over six figures. So he
He
didn't
didn't
get
see
any
his
of.
Social Security check then. He didn't see
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So
Yeah,
it doesn't make
that's
any. It doesn't make any sense. Plus, he locked in a lower amount. So I know a lot of people who don't know that one. I'm surprised in their survey that 84% got that right. But interesting. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. But key note though, thing to note is once you hit your full retirement age, that year, say you were born in October, January of that year, you can make up to like think 60,000. It's close, 59 something,
Right.
and not get any withheld. But yeah, take a look at that earnings limit show on that one. But
All right.
all right, so okay, so
So
far so
so
good.
so number 3, if I have a spouse, he or she can receive benefits from my record even if they have no individual earning histories on their own. So if my wife, it's basically is saying that my wife can receive benefits from my Social Security record even if she doesn't have an earning history.
That's right. That's right. So
True or
your
false?
spouse. True, absolutely true. So, this would be a situation. We've done shows on spousal benefits all the time. You could do this on a current spouse or even an ex-spouse if you qualify. So, watch the shows on that. Yeah, it's up to half. You usually get up to half of the spouse if you don't have your own record. It's called a spousal benefit,
And
and
it doesn't decrease your spouse's benefit at all. You just
no,
get
no,
up to half of what they're getting yourself.
that's
So,
right, right. Yeah, that's so it's designed for the stay-at-home parent. It used to be in the 40s and 50s. The husband worked and the wife stayed home, and then what is the wife getting? They're doing homemaking, which is not cheap. It's cost money to raise kids, and
yeah,
but they're not putting into Social Security. They get nothing because they're not working, and they made it so that the spouse will get up to half. But keep in mind, going back to that other question, if you take it early, you don't get half. You get, say, you take it at 62, you would get 70% of half. So you still get that reduction on the spousal benefit too.
right.
But I'm assuming people knew that one.
Right. Yeah.
Although,
Actually, fewer. 75% got that right.
okay. I did see a comment on one of my videos saying that's not fair to single people. There's no, it's a huge advantage to being married. You can not work and get half or a full survivor benefit and never put into the system. And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't see it as a gift to married people. I see it as just common protection. But
Yeah.
again, we're not going to get into it. So,
All
question
right.
4. What do we got?
Yeah. If I have a spouse and she passes away, I will receive both my full benefit and my deceased spouse's full benefit
False.
in my dreams, right?
That's right. But this is, I bet you a lot of people got that one wrong.
A lot of
Um,
people did. Only 70% got that one right.
yeah, you don't get both. You get one or the other, whichever's higher, which
Yeah.
is the whole, which is the whole reason why when you're deciding when to take Social Security benefits, you got to factor in the spousal. You got to factor in the survivor benefit. So
Yeah.
usually one person takes it early and the other delays as long as possible, say to 70, because if one of you die, you get the higher of the two. You don't get both.
Right.
Man, if you got both, that would read that might be a huge marriage benefit. I would say no to that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'm hoping not many people got that one. I'm assuming these are getting progressively more difficult.
they are. More and more people get them wrong as we go here, apparently. So,
Ugh, well,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Don't think you're getting both. It's only one or the other.
number 5. Generally, if I was in a same-sex marriage, there are different eligibility requirements when it comes to Social Security retirement benefits.
Same sex marriage, different rules. No, I would say
So
that's
that's false.
false.
Yeah,
Yeah, is that
it is
right? It's
false.
false.
Yeah.
So
Again, only
same sex.
70% got that right. So 30% of the people got that wrong.
Well, same-sex marriage wasn't always the case. It wasn't always allowed. But
Right.
what the rule is if you are married, you get the same rules as any other married
It
couple.
doesn't
And then the
specify.
definition of what marriage is has changed. So
Yeah.
you can get same-sex marriage. You can have a common law marriage and still get the same rights as someone with a
Mm,
traditional marriage.
sure.
So each state's got their own state rules for what marriage is. So the federal government just says you're married or you're not. They're not
Uh,
going to penalize you or have different rules because your marriage is same sex versus opposite sex. So yeah.
right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So number 6 is the money that comes out of my paycheck for Social Security goes into a specific account for me. It remains there earning interest until I begin to receive Social Security benefits.
This one's a joke. You got to be kidding me. You know, everyone knows that the Social Security money is all thrown in a big pot and then distributed based on what happens to different people. Yeah, that's pretty close to privatization, I would say. Everyone's got their own little pool of. Now the formula is different for everyone. It's based on your work history, your 35 top years,
Sure. Sure.
and your age, but all the
But
money
yeah.
is in one big account.
Yeah, but that's false. It isn't in an account just specified for me and earning interest for me. So 6 is false, and only 65% got that one right.
Okay. I could see people thinking that everyone's got their own record and own account, but no, no,
Yeah, yeah. All right,
not at all.
7. Here we go. This is an interesting one. The divorce ones. If I get divorced, I might be able to collect Social Security benefits based on my ex-spouse's Social Security earnings history.
True, but caveat: it's got to be a qualified marriage. So there's some rules, and
Sure.
I think that may be our most popular show. How do I get Social Security based on my ex-spouse? Watch that show if
Yeah, it's
you've
I
been married.
could possibly get,
You
So
could.
you're right, that is true, and only 59% got that one right. So the numbers are
I
getting lower. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I think that's a very common mistake people make. They don't realize they can go against an ex-spouse. Even if they get remarried, they can get a survivor benefit from an ex-spouse. They can get
Yeah.
spousal benefits from an ex-spouse. So, but there's a rules on it. There's rules, and a
You
lot of
have to have
people.
been married for at least 10 years. You've gone over those rules on
Yeah,
past shows. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That's a very popular topic for sure. I could see how people get that one wrong, but more than half got it right. Well, that's not bad. That's actually terrible. The more I think about it, these should
Yeah.
be all. I don't know. But then again, this is what I talk about all the time. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
Hopefully
You
the
know,
viewers and listeners to the show hopefully could get these right because we've talked about these. You've talked about them a lot. So number 8, under current law, Social Security benefits could be reduced by 20% or more for everyone by 2035.
um, I'm going to say that's false. It's not 2035.
It's
I'm going
actually
to say
they
that.
say it's true.
n- uh, w- Wait a second. They're saying that's true.
Yeah,
Well, I yes,
under current law, Social Security benefits could be reduced by 20% or more for everyone by 2035. I think
I
they're
agree.
basing that on that the math says that there'll be 20% less to pay out
Yes, and
by
that's
2035.
true.
Yeah.
I agree with that statement, but it's 2034. And I've been, because I just was talking about this with someone. You got to look at the Social Security trustees report, because every year they come out with one and they say, oh, it's going to run out and we're going to be decrease. And I think it's
Are you saying
2033 or
CNBC
2034.
got that number wrong?
I think they got that number wrong. I could be wrong though, but I need to, now I'm bothered. I'm going to stop the presses. What is this? Let me just search right now, and I'm going to share
Only
my screen.
58% got that one right.
Social Security trustees report, right? That's what it's called. Security
Yeah.
trustee.
But you have to make sure you're looking at the right one,
Social Security trustee report.
because they put
I'm
out
going to look
more
at the latest one. Let me
the
share my
latest one.
screen here, because now I'm bothered by this. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm perfect, that's for sure. But let me share this. Can you see my screen?
You're
This is the
rarely
Social
wrong about
Security
Social Security.
trustees report. Message to the public. Here we go. The old age survivor insurance, which is Social Security trust fund, will be able to pay 100% until 2033, 1 year earlier than reported last year. So
It was 2024. Now it's
it was
2023.
Disability is good until 2097 if you combine
Oh, up
disability
here
and
it's 2024. There's where you get your number right there.
2034. It's 2020. It's 2034 if you combine the disability and the Social Security funds together.
That's
If you
what they're
just take Social
doing.
Security, it's 2033.
But they're a
Either
year
way,
off.
yeah, either way, they're a year off. And you know what it is? It's probably them using old data. That's all.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna
Maybe
write
the
the
survey. Yeah, maybe the survey was
based on last year's data, based on 2022 data, because
but the
2023 is
article was published this week, so they're
yeah,
off
yeah,
on
they're
that. Yeah.
wrong. They're wrong on that.
Yeah, it's 2034, like you said. You're right, according to that. Okay, so number 9, under current Social Security law, full retirement age is 65, no matter when you were born.
No, that's false.
Yeah, we
Used to be
know that
65
one.
for
We know that one.
now.
But guess
Yeah.
what? It's one of the lowest. Only 55% got that right. That's what's crazy. People hear 65 and they're like, yeah, that's full retirement age. And it's because
Yeah,
of
that's the
Medicare.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's 67 now. If you're born 1960 or later, it's 67.
yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, that people should know that. You got to know that. That's disappointing that people don't realize their full retirement age is higher. I mean, this constant talks about raising it to try and solve the
To
previous
70.
question, which
Yeah.
is we're going to
Yeah.
run out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And my feeling, they could solve the whole Social Security funding issue if they would just take off the limits on how much income they take Social Security tax from.
we did an entire
Yeah.
show on how to fix Social Security. So
Yeah.
watch that if you
Yeah.
want. But that was one of the solutions for sure.
Yeah, that's what I think they should do. But then again, I'm not the one making all. It wouldn't affect me.
If they call me up, I'll talk. You
Millions
know
and
that I am
millions
the
of dollars.
talking
All right.
business.
Number 10, if I file for retirement benefits and have dependent children age 18 or younger, they may also qualify for Social Security benefits.
True. That's true. Yeah. So if you have children and you're claiming Social Security, your children get Social Security benefits. There's a
Yeah,
cap. You can't have 40 children and then they all get. There's a cap on how much can be drawn from your benefit for children.
sure.
But yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
only
true.
53% got that right.
And I think that has to do with because when Social Security was made in the 40s, not many people in their 60s had children under 18, right? Like that wasn't probably, the age of minors. Not there weren't that many minors whose parents were on Social Security um, back then. But now it's much more common because people have children later in life. So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't
All right.
realize that.
Yep. Number 11. This is a good one. If I delay taking Social Security benefits past the age of 70, I will continue to get delayed retirement credit increases each year I wait.
This is a trick question. This is a trick question because yes, you get delayed retirement credits, DRCs they call them, from your full retirement age, which is say 67 for most, up to 70. But once you hit 70, delayed retirement credits stop. So I think the way
Yeah,
this is worded,
it's false.
well, maybe they're trying to ask people, do you realize it doesn't make sense to delay past 70? I guess
Yeah,
that's
that's
what the
the
question.
point. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
48, only 48% got that one right.
Yeah, and
A
I
lot of
told a
people got that
story
wrong.
recently. I think I told a story in a recent podcast within the past 6 months that I finally met somebody who was delaying Social Security past 70. Because I've never met anyone that delays past 70 until I was like, if you do, smack them around and say well, you're not benefiting anything. But then I met someone who said that their ex-spouse was delaying past 70 in hopes that by not filing that the ex couldn't claim against them. So like talk about
Oh
cutting off
my
your nose to spite
oh
your
my
face.
gosh. Yeah,
But
yeah, I'm gonna leave
yeah,
hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table just to spite my ex? That's
yeah,
crazy.
that is
They're really
crazy.
spiting themselves,
Right,
right?
but what they didn't realize is that the ex doesn't you don't have to file in order for your ex to get benefits. So
Oh,
they didn't
wow.
realize the rules.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, you don't delay past 70 to get any
Yeah,
benefit. You don't get
yeah,
any increase.
yeah.
So yeah,
But up to 70 you do. All right.
that's
So
right.
number 12, let's ask this one. This is an interesting one. So Social Security retirement benefits are subject to income tax, just like withdrawals from a traditional IRA account.
Again, this is another trick question, Tony. I think the way it's worded, because yeah, Social Security retirement benefits are subject to income tax. They are. And I know people are going to be like, "That's well, we did a show. We did a show. You and I debated, and you said, I think we fought about it." And every time I say that we fought about it, you're like, "We don't fight ever," but we disagreed on this. I did the show on double taxation of Social
Yeah.
Security.
But
I
they
said it
said,
wasn't that way.
remember, they said they didn't say Social Security retirement benefits are subject to income tax. They said Social Security retirement benefits are subject to income tax, just like withdrawals from traditional IRA accounts.
They are subject to income tax at the same taxation rate as a withdrawal from an IRA, meaning you're going to pay the same tax rate. It's ordinary income tax. But not all of your Social Security benefits are taxable, whereas
So
all
it's
of your
false.
IRA
Yeah,
benefits are
they say
taxable.
that's false. They say that's
Yeah, it is
false.
false.
And
Yeah,
they say, but only 38% got that right because it, like you said, it's a trick question. And then they put a little note by their answer of false saying, well, both Social Security and IRA income may be taxed. Special rules limit taxes on Social Security income to only up to 85% of your total
right.
benefit.
So
So
15% of your Social Security benefit is going to be tax free because you already pay tax on it.
and that's different than IRA withdrawals. So
That's
that's why
right.
it's false, but that's a technicality.
And
Yeah.
it is a technical, but I think most people say that's false because they don't think Social Security is taxable.
Yeah.
So I think the people that got it right for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah. Exactly. Now, this is the one that the majority of people, and I mean, hardly anyone got this right. Number
Well,
13.
pressure's
I,
on.
I must be a U.S. citizen to collect Social Security retirement benefits.
No, you don't have to be a citizen.
Yeah.
I know people who are not citizens that are claiming Social Security. Um,
It is
in order to
false.
call,
Only
it's
23%. Only 23% got that right. I would like an explanation for that, though. Do
yeah.
you have an
So
explanation?
I think what people are thinking of is, all right, now we got illegal immigrants coming across the border, overrunning us, and now we're going to give them Social Security benefits. They better not get them, right? I think but that's not what this is asking. If the way you get Social Security benefits is if you are putting into the system, you get the benefit. So you don't have to be a citizen in order to put into Social Security and pay Social Security tax. If you're a natural, if you're living legally in the United States and working and putting into the Social Security system, you're adding to it and you earn credits. And if you
Yeah.
make enough credits, you'll get a benefit.
Yeah, you can live
Also,
and work in the US without being a citizen is the bottom line, right?
that's
That's
right.
why that's why.
You can
Yeah.
also not live in the US, not be a US citizen, and still get Social Security benefits. as a survivor. If you were married to a U.S. citizen,
Sure. Yeah. The spousal benefits.
the
Yeah.
spousal benefit can go to a non-U.S. citizen. Now, keep in mind, though, there are some rules. Depends on if you were ever lived in the U.S. and how long you were married and so on. But yeah, there are the non-U.S. citizens claiming Social Security.
Yeah.
So I could see why a lot of people got that one wrong, and it's not the end of the world that they got it wrong. But some of those other questions, man, they should people.
Yeah.
I guess I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
Again,
the big one to me is full retirement age is 65.
yeah,
No
that's
matter what, and it's the same for everybody. The majority of people think that, and I'm like, oh, that's not
bad.
good.
That's
Yeah,
bad. I
because
mean,
that really
and
affects your planning.
when I looked at this, then when you said, "Oh, look at the survey," and I saw it was asked 55 to 65. So we're not asking 20-year-olds about Social Security because, my sons would be like, "Well, I don't have no idea, what is Social
Right,
Security."
right.
But if you're 60 years old or 55 years old, you should start knowing this stuff. So that's the
Yeah, if you're in
conclusion.
your 50s,
Yeah.
anybody over 50 should know these things and needs to, and that's why we do the show each week. And if they want to know these things, all they have to do is watch Dolphin Financial Radio every week, right?
I get a majority of the comments and phone calls and inquiries on my website are all about Social Security questions, timing. They're getting more and more intricate because I think more and more data is out there and people aren't asking, what's my full retirement age anymore? People, they can get that data, but it's the intricacies of, hey, can I get it from my ex-spouse? Should I get it from my ex-spouse? Can my wife get it who's not a U.S. citizen? Those
Right.
questions are a little bit more complex. But if you have questions or comments about it, just comment in the video. I'll try and reply. Give us a call. I'll put the number here. But for those listening, it's 888-508-5935. Tony, I think I passed. I
You
think I
did.
passed.
You did.
Yeah.
You
So
passed. You only got one or two wrong. So
I don't think I got any wrong. If my math serves me correct, I corrected a question, so I should get bonus
that's true.
points.
That's true.
I
You're
should
right.
get
You're right.
bonus.
You only got the one wrong, and it was because their data was incorrect. So you're 100%.
I'm
That's awesome.
110. Isn't that what I can get if I delay past 70? 110%? No. All right.
No,
Tony,
false.
thanks for quizzing me, boosting my ego, making me feel good about myself.
Yep.
Thanks for a good show. Everyone, we'll catch you next week.
All matters discussed in today's show are for informational purposes only.
This show is not investment advice.
Dan Riddle nor Dolphin Financial Group are affiliated or endorsed by any government agency.
Investment advisory services are offered through Dolphin Wealth Management, Inc., a registered investment advisor in the state of Florida.
Insurance products and services are offered through Dolphin Insurance, Inc.
Dolphin Wealth Management, Inc. and Dolphin Insurance, Inc. are affiliated companies doing businesses as Dolphin Financial Group.
You should talk to someone at Dolphin Financial Group before implementing any of these strategies or ideas.